Gosh, this sure is a lot of information. Phew, I need a break.
What? You never told me I had a heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well, an acute thrombus occluded my myocardial artery, which was already partially obstructed by a sclerotic plaque.
This is Healthline, healthcare. In many companies, it's been the fastest rising expense. Today, corporate America is trying to find innovative ways to meet the healthcare needs of their employees while managing costs. Many employees faced with new and different options are wondering how to choose the right plan. Tonight, Healthline will look at one company's approach to the healthcare challenge and how 4 employees are making their choices. And now your host, Alex Sheaf.
Good evening. For many years now, health care has been the topic of vigorous debate in America, in Congress, on television and radio talk shows, even among the experts. And while the search goes on for the best way to provide affordable coverage for most people, medical costs continue to skyrocket for those who have coverage and for those who provide that coverage. The federal government and some states have addressed these issues, mostly without success. Now, leadership is being provided by those corporations that are moving ahead with progressive plans of their own. One in particular is the Walt Disney Company. After examining the different types of plans and approaches to health care, Disney designed a unique package of medical options from which their employees can choose the plan that fits them best. Joining us to explain Disney's approach is Sandy Litvak, Chief of Corporate Operations of the Walt Disney Company. Welcome to the show, Sandy.
Thanks, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sandy, how is the Walt Disney Company dealing with the healthcare challenge?
You know, challenge is really the right word, Alex. In fact, this has probably been as challenging as anything we've ever approached. In recent years, our medical costs, just like a lot of other companies, have continued to skyrocket. As a result, the Walt Disney Company's medical cost for each Disney team member has increased by about 60% just over the last 5 years. And that has really put us to the test to maintain kind of the high level of benefit plans that we've had. Happily, we think we found some ways to tackle the issue because we've looked at the cost, we've looked at different types of plan, we've looked at what other companies are doing. We did a lot of research to find not only a sensible way, but the best way to go. And that really is a difficult challenge because, as you understand, we have to keep our costs down, we have to remain competitive, and most importantly, we have to maintain the kind of top-notch, valuable benefit program that we've had in the past, and we have to do all of these at the same time. So it really has been one of the greatest challenges we've faced over the last several years.
Well, what exactly is Disney's approach to dealing with the ever-increasing costs of providing health care?
Well, Alex, you know, and this is like a lot of other things. It's really a dual responsibility between the company on the one hand and our team members on the other. The company, Disney, has the responsibility for offering cost-effective, well-designed medical plans that will really serve the needs of our cast members. And the company does and should pay by far the largest part or all of the cost. At the same time, the team members really have to be smart consumers. They have to choose the plan that works best for them. If we do that, then together I think that we can keep the cost manageable and we can keep offering the kind of excellent health plans that we have in the past.
So the company pays for all of the costs of coverage of some of the plans and some of the cost under other plans.
That's right, Alex. Starting April 1, 1995, employee and dependent coverage is completely paid for by the company under some of our plans and will require some contribution under other plans. The fact is there are a number of different choices and a number of different plans at varying costs. The reality is that no matter what we do, and this is the reality for both Disney and the team members, costs are going to go up. Medical costs are just going to increase. We know that. What we hope is that by our approach, we can reduce that trend and keep the costs in check.
So your employees play a role in helping keep the costs down and in deciding on the medical plan they want.
That's right, Alex. In fact, they play the key role. Today, we feature a program with a variety of choices in a range of costs. So there's really something for everyone. And we are trying to make sure that each of our team members will continue to have excellent medical coverage and will make the right choice for them.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sandy. It's been a pleasure.
Alex, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Disney employees can choose from a variety of medical plans through their signature benefit program. Keith Ashley has been looking into the different types of plans available. Keith, are there really any substantial differences, or are all the plans pretty much alike?
Well, all the plans cover a wide range of medical expenses, but each type of plan has its own advantages as well as rules and restrictions. So before deciding on a particular plan, employees are encouraged to give each plan a full examination. Disney offers 3 types of plans. There are the traditional plans, which pay a set percentage of your medical bills after a deductible, and as we'll see, even these plans have some new features today. Then there's what's referred to as a point of service plan, which offers 2 different approaches to getting medical care within one plan. And then finally, there's the Health Maintenance Organization, or HMO. Now, it's important to know the way each plan works in order to get the most out of it and to avoid paying any more than necessary. Now, many of us know about the traditional type of medical plan that pays a set percentage of your medical bills. At Disney, there are 3 of these plans called Med 90, Med 80, and Med 75. Med 90 provides higher benefits, but also costs more. These days, there's a new twist on this type of plan. It's called a Preferred Provider Organization, or PPO. Basically, a PPO is a network of doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare providers. These networks are set up and maintained by professional healthcare companies like CapCare. To get the highest level of benefits from Med 80 or Med 90, Disney employees in California and Florida need to use the doctors and hospitals in the CapCare PPO network. But just who are these doctors?
We're looking for physicians who have a caring, compassionate attitude. We're looking for physicians who have a cost-effective approach to medicine. We've also made certain that most of the physicians who are presently caring for Disney employees are in the CapCare network.
There are several conveniences to using doctors and hospitals in the CapCare network.
One of the beauties of the PPO program is that it's basically hassle-free for the patient. The onus on pre-certification authorization, of complying with ethical billing guidelines, of getting all the approvals necessary is on the physician, not on the patient.
And what about everybody's favorite, the claim form?
There are no claim forms for the patient to be concerned with. The physician will handle all necessary paperwork.
Using CapCare doctors makes a visit simpler. It also saves the patient money.
Physician has agreed to a negotiated rate, so the patient is only paying that differential between the negotiated rate and what Disney has reimbursed them.
Going outside the CapCare network is an option with Med 90, Med 80, or Med 75, but it can be an expensive option. Employees would be responsible for getting authorization before outpatient surgery or hospitalization. Without authorization, they pay an additional $500 deductible. And using a hospital that's not in the CapCare network means they pay the first 30% of the bill before the plan pays any benefits. And what happens if they go to a doctor who's not in the network?
That physician has not agreed to a negotiated rate, so the employee is going to have to pay the difference between the Disney reimbursement on the CapCare schedule and the much higher amount that the physician is going to charge.
So here's the bottom line. With Med 90, Med 80, and Med 75, employees can use any provider they choose. But using doctors and hospitals in the CapCare PPO is a lot easier and often a lot less expensive. The second type of medical plan offered by Disney is the point of service plan known as CrewCare Plus, or the Plus plan for short. And it's based on one simple idea. Employees choose a primary care physician, and whenever medical care is needed, they should first contact that physician.
Having one doctor to manage all your medical care is very important these days. It's especially important for continuity of care. This one doctor will know you the very best, will know all of your medical history, will probably have examined you from head to toe and knows you the best, will know all your allergies, what medications you're taking.
When specialty care is needed, the primary care physician can access a network of specialists to get the proper care.
It may be that you will need a variety of doctors to figure out what's going on with you, but then the primary care doctor can decide which specialist to send you to. It's very easy to get a referral to a specialist within the network. We simply call them up, and depending on the problem that you have, We will choose a specialist for you, the type of specialist, someone that we're very familiar with, and we will send you to that specialist within a very short time.
Hospitalization and most other services are covered 100% by the Plus plan. There's no deductible, and when you visit the doctor's office, you pay a flat fee. There are many primary care physicians in this plan. Covered family members can choose their own primary care physician and can change their physician at any time.
There are a variety of doctors who can serve as your primary care physician. You can be a family practitioner, general practitioner, internist, or pediatrician.
In addition, women can choose a network OB/GYN. With the Plus plan, even if employees don't go through their primary care physician, they still have benefits. Generally, 70% of medical expenses are covered after a deductible is paid. But the real advantage of the Plus plan comes with using the primary care physician.
This way, you have one doctor who can put all the pieces together, and that's what primary care doctors are especially good at these days.
HMOs have been around for many years. They're the third type of medical plan offered by Disney. HMOs have really changed over the years, but the basic idea is to emphasize preventive treatment.
Preventive care is a major part of what we do. It's called a health maintenance organization because what we want to do for you is maintain your health. And we want to do this in as effective a way as possible. Keeping you healthy is what we're all about, and that's what we want to do.
With an HMO, out-of-pocket costs are low and predictable. It's easy. Visit the doctor, make a co-payment, and that's it. Of course, employees must use the HMO to be covered. Otherwise, they're responsible for the entire bill, except in emergencies.
Emergencies, when you are out of the HMO's area, are always cared for as long as they're legitimate emergencies. So that's not something that anybody really has to worry about.
HMOs have been around a long time and are rapidly gaining favor throughout the country. A big part of their appeal is the emphasis on good health.
You are much better off being healthy than being made well. And our incentives, which are not, we don't get paid a nickel for every stitch we put in, we get paid for keeping you healthy. And that's, I think, the way it ought to be.
So those are the three types of medical plans Disney offers: traditional, point of service, and HMO. Overall, each plan has its distinctive characteristics, rules, and features. So it's important for employees to learn the differences and to remember that they must enroll to have the coverage of their choice.
Keith, one of the most common medical expenses is prescription drugs. Do all these plans cover those?
Yes, they do. Each plan offers a network of pharmacies that offer special discounts and the ability to get prescriptions filled without the hassle of using claim forms.
Thanks, Keith. When we come back, we'll take a look at 4 families and the medical plans they're considering.
Some people think all healthcare plans look alike, but they're different, like us. Right, the type of medical plan you have can make a difference in your out-of-pocket costs. It can. Right. Now, backed by popular demand to help pay those out-of-pocket costs, the Healthcare Reimbursement Account. What's that? That's the Healthcare Reimbursement Account. The Healthcare Reimbursement Account allows you to make contributions which can be used for future medical expenses not covered by your plan. And the money put in the account is tax-free. Tax-free is good. Positively. If this sounds good to you, then just estimate your costs for the year, select the Healthcare Reimbursement Account on your election form, and enter your contribution amount. For more information about how the account works, check the Reimbursement Account brochure in your signature package. Thanks for doing mine. Now here's yours.
Once again, Alex Sheaf.
Welcome back. Tonight's topic, healthcare in America. With all the new types of medical plans and the array of choices being offered out there, just how does an employee figure out what plan to choose? Joining us now is Kathy Young. Kathy, we've seen the types of medical plans being offered by the Walt Disney Company. You've been talking to some of Disney's employees about the type of medical plans that they'd like for themselves and their families. Is there one favorite type of plan?
Surprisingly, no, Alex. The medical needs of families today are as diverse as the situations they find themselves in. We already know that Disney offers a variety of plans to help meet those medical needs. And as we're about to find out, choosing a plan has become a family matter. Stacy and Dwayne are a working couple with 2 active children who are no strangers to the doctor's office.
We know the inside of the pediatrician's office pretty well. His office manager, Barbara, and I are on a first-name basis.
For some time, Stacy and Dwayne have been participants in Disney's Med 90 plan. But this year, they're considering a switch to the Plus plan.
We've been in Med 90 almost out of habit. I mean, it's the kind of plan I've always been used to, so we never gave it much thought.
But I looked in the Plus plan directory, and my doctor was in there, and the kid's pediatrician, and even the hospital where they were born. So I told Dwayne, at least we should look at this.
The doctor I've been going to is not part of the Plus plan, but I really haven't been to him in over a year. But there are lots of doctors in the Plus plan, so I can pick one that's convenient.
But you could go to your former doctor and still have part of your doctor's bill covered by the Plus plan.
I know I've got that option. That's why I like the plan.
What else do you like about the Plus plan?
Well, as I understand it, when I take one of the kids to the doctor, just give Barbara my copayment and we're done.
No claim forms or receipts or waiting to get reimbursed. And no deductibles. I mean, I've been budgeting $500 or $600 a year for deductibles and the part of our expenses that the plan didn't pay for. With the Plus plan, all I do is pay the copayment.
So for Stacy and Dwayne, the Plus plan may be a big plus this year. Mike is a Disney employee on the mend.
My knee's almost back to normal, and my doctor suggested that riding a bike is good therapy.
Mike's been a participant in Med 80 for several years, and he's planning to stick with it this year.
Yeah, my orthopedic doctor belongs to the Cap Care PPO, and I'd like to continue going to him. And so I'll continue with Med 80. I mean, because other than my knee, I really haven't used the plan all that much.
Any other reasons to go with Med 80?
Well, it looks like I'll be out of town on business for 2 or 3 months this year. And with Med 80, I get the flexibility of going to a doctor out of town, even if it's not an emergency.
And what about when you're at home?
Well, there are hundreds of doctors and specialists in the Cap Care PPO, including an orthopedic doctor who specializes in knees.
How did you injure your knee?
Well, I fell off my bike.
While Mike obviously likes to ride hard on his bike, there are others who enjoy a more recreational means of travel. Meet Warner and Lillian. Retired? Not quite yet, but practicing on long weekends and summer vacations.
I swore I'd never have one of these darn things, and look at me. I'm going to live the stereotype of the footloose retiree, I guess.
Lillian and Warner have a couple of years left before they officially retire. Having a good medical plan is important to them.
We're in good health, knock on wood, but age does catch up to you. A touch of arthritis here, the need for a thyroid pill there, you know.
So are you planning on enrolling in the HMO this year?
Oh, yes. I like the emphasis they place on preventive medicine. We're very health conscious. Go for regular exams, watch what we eat, try to get enough exercise.
Try is the operative word. The other thing, frankly, is money. With the HMO, the cost to us when we do need medical care is very low. It would be easy for us to put a big part of our budget to health care.
We'd rather have that money go toward our retirement. Do you know what it costs to tune up this thing?
With the HMO, Lillian and Warner will use the HMO's doctors, specialists, and hospitals.
They got just about every kind of specialty you'd want.
And some you wouldn't.
While Lillian and Warner head down the road to retirement, Patty finds herself traveling in quite a different direction.
I recently became a single mother, and now I feel like I have 3 full-time jobs. Being a mother to Zach, my regular job, and then just trying to find some time for myself.
Patty, like other Disney employees, has a choice of several medical plans. It's important to her to pick the right coverage for herself and her son. So which plan did she choose?
I don't know yet. I need to sit down quietly and take a look at my options. I just don't want to rush into it.
From the time we spent with Patty, it's obvious that she makes decisions carefully. So what's most important to you?
Cost, of course. Paying for the plan and what it might cost me during the year. And being able to choose my own doctor and finding a doctor that's convenient. I just don't have the time to drive all over the place. There's a lot to think about.
Four different employees, 4 different situations.
So choosing a medical plan is not as simple as just saying this plan works best for married people, this plan is best if you have children, and so on.
Right. It really depends on your lifestyle, your budget, the doctors you use, a number of things.
And how about Patty? Has she made her decision?
We did an interview with Patty earlier this week, and I talked with her again today. She studied her enrollment materials, figured out the costs involved, and called the Disney Group insurance office with a couple of questions. She says she's close to making her decision.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Well, that's tonight's report on medical care in America and how one company has faced the challenge as we've seen the Walt Disney Company offer some new approaches to not only meet the medical needs of their employees, but help manage the costs as well. No matter where you work, it's important to learn about the various options when choosing a medical plan to ensure it's the best plan for you and your family. Thank you for watching.
On the next Julie Show, just sign on the bottom line. A phrase we've all heard before, but what does it really mean? Just ask these people. Disney employees who did not sign their signature election form. On the next Julie.
Honey, you didn't send in our election form? Do you know what this means?
No, what, dear?
It means we'll be automatically enrolled in Med 75, Basic Vision, Dental Choice, and no reimbursement accounts. Are those best for us?
I don't know.
And there you go, Mike. Signature benefits. Well, you know, that looks great, Tom, but, you know, we've seen the PPOs and the HMOs. And the POSs and all those initials. They're all here. Let's forget the initials. How do we sign up for the plan? Don't you want to know?
You want to know how to sign up for the plan? You want to know how to sign up for it?
Yes, I want to know.
Follow me, Mike.
Show me how.
It's really quite simple, Mike. All you got to do is fill in the box next to the plan you want to choose, and you're done.
That's it?
That's all you got to do, Mike. Now, I know you need life insurance, Mike.
Oh, boy, do I need life insurance.
You got many choices here. Pick one. What would you like?
2 times annual pay.
You need 2 times annual pay. Okay, one more thing you're going to need, Mike.
What do I need, Tom?
You need a number 2 pencil, Mike.
Oh, hey, got one right here.
There you go.
Okay.
Take that pencil, fill in the blank, and you're all set.
And that's all you do, say, for medical, dental, and all the other
Every
choices?
single one.
I can do that.
I know you can,
amazing.
Mike.
That's fantastic.
Imagine a benefits package with all these features and much, much more. To get the plan you want, just send in your signed signature election form by February 17. Don't delay. You won't want to miss out on this exciting offer.
Gee, guess I better choose my benefits now. I wonder if my doctor's part of the plan. Let's see. Bashful, sleepy, grumpy. Doc! Yup, there he is. Don't want to miss the deadline.